G'day, it's Slippery Mongoose here, and today we're going to go through cleaning and adjusting your chain on a GS500. First thing you want to do before you start cleaning and lubing your chain and adjusting it is take the bike out for a nice big ride, get the chain nice and warm. That's a very important thing. And also a very important safety tip, after you put the bike on the centre stand, never under any circumstance turn the bike on and put the bike into gear and have it running. Because you got your sprocket up here, and if your fingers get caught in any sort of way, you'll lose the tips of your fingers before you can even try and stop it. So it's important to do everything by hand. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a can of your favourite spray-on lubricant, whether it be 556 or Inox or WD-40 or whatever you have, and we're going to need a rag. So start by, we're going to spray onto the chain and clean the chain off. Give the chain a good spray over. Make sure you get everything. The cleaner you can get your chain, the better. As one section of chain becomes clean, move it along and move on to the next section. So now we've got our chain mostly clean. After spraying all that stuff on, you may go through a fair bit of spray to do it, but just with another clean rag, give it a good wipe over and get everything dried off as best you can, and go around the chain. So if you see what the chain was like beforehand and what it is like now, we've made an improvement. So now we'll get on to spraying it. Now we're going to spray our chain. In regards to different sorts of lubricants, it's basically each their own. Lots of people use lots of different things. You can use motor oil, and there are obviously specialist chain lubricants out there. This is the stuff I use. It's Bel-Ray, super clean chain lube. I think it's absolutely brilliant. A lot of people I ride with, they recommend this and use it. So if you hear about something that might be good, give it a go and see what you reckon. But I love this stuff. It's O-ring safe for your O-ring chains and etc. And it doesn't fling off, so you're not riding along and copping chain lube all over your bike and over yourself. But anyway, now we're going to lube the chain, so we give it a good shake up, and we're going to rotate the wheel with one hand and spray with the other. So just like this, we're going to spray into in between each of the links here, and then we'll put a coat over the outside as well. So here we go. Okay, so that's once around. We move over to the outside. We coat the outside links. I like to coat the outside links. If you don't, that's up to you. But this is just a video to show you sort of what to do. And that's pretty much it. Righto, a few of you might be asking questions when it's time to change your chain and sprockets. To be honest, these are only a few tricks that I've been shown. You may know others or different ways, but the way I've been shown is once you use out all of your adjustment in your chain, it's time to change your chain as well. Also, if you got your chain here on the furthest point on your rear sprocket, and you can pull it, it's fairly loose to pull out like this. Like this chain's probably about half worn. You can pull it out a little bit, but if you can really pull it out and see a fair bit of your sprocket tooth in there, that means it's definitely time to change your chain as well. Now that we've finished cleaning and lubing up our chain, we're going to check the free play and the alignment of the chain. So to do that, we get roughly to about half distance of the chain. So on the GS, it's roughly about in this position here, sort of in front of this little mudguard here. That's what I found. And just with your ruler or your tape measure here, just on top of the swing arm. So we're going to look at the bottom of the link here, which is roughly at about 75 millimeters. So we pick the chain up like that, and you see this has been loosened just for this exercise. It's not really what this chain was at the start. It's at 30 millimeters. So we have 45 millimeters of free play here, which is obviously too much. I think from memory, from the Haynes manual, it's 25 to 35 millimeters of free play on your chain. Now this also depends on a few other things as well. You know, you might be a heavier person riding the bike, so you might need a bit more free play in the chain. And there's also a few different ways to measure it. I mean, people like to sit on their bikes and adjust the free play from there, and it's up to you, but this is the way I've always done it, with the bike on the centre stand. So anyway, now that we know this, we're going to go ahead and loosen our nut over the other side, and we'll start adjusting our free play and alignment. Okay, what we're going to do now is align the chain. To do that, there's a few different methods, but I'm going to show you this method because I think this is just easy and it's absolutely brilliant. What I have here is a laser chain alignment tool. What have we got here? There we go. So what it basically does, we set it on the rear sprocket here, just on the flat surface there, and what it does is it shoots a laser beam up the chain, and it'll show you how far your chain is out of alignment. And so basically what you want to do with this is have the laser beam running in a straight line all the way up the links of your chain here. So as you can see, hopefully can you see that? Yep. Yeah. So as you can see here, it's not exactly lined up as we shoot the beam up the chain. So we'll go and adjust now and get our chain in line. Okay, so we have our chain alignment tool set up on the rear sprocket here, and we just finished lining up the chain. So what we'll do now is we'll move it up the sprocket here, and as we can see, the laser is moving along the tops of the chain there, all nice and perfectly. And this now ensures that we have alignment all the way up the chain, like so. We just thought we'd quickly show everyone just what this laser chain aligner is capable of. So you notice there's hardly any chain noise. So that's why I love this thing. Now we have our chain in alignment. We'll check how much free play we have. So again, with our tape sitting about in the halfway point, we have a measurement here of about 71 millimeters. So we'll pick the chain up and see we have a measurement here of as near as makes no difference, 35 millimeters. So that's right on the very edge of tolerances here for the chain. So what we're going to do is bring it back down so the chain is about here at 25 millimeters. Right, yeah, now that we have our chain alignment where we like it to be, we just got to take some more tension up on the chain. So to do that, on the back of our adjusters here, 12 millimeter socket like that, and let's check that, yeah, that's vertical. And so now we just have to move the adjusters the same amount for each go. So we'll start from here with a half turn, back up to vertical, and then another half turn. Move over to the other side here, half turn, half turn. We'll measure it now again. So we've got a measurement here of about 57 millimeters, and bring it up, and we have now 40 millimeters. So we've gone just a little bit too far. So in case you do that, reverse your socket, go back here, 1, 2, back in the other side like this, 1, 2. Then we take a hammer, or you could use your feet or whatever, just on the back of the tyre, like that, to make sure that there's a bit more tension up on the chain here, and this will give us some more slack. So back here again. So we've got about 40 millimeters of slack here. So now we can go ahead and do it all over again and get the correct adjustment. So right there we have 65 millimeters. Pick the chain up. Roughly 36 millimeters. So it's just over 30 mil. So we'll start now with we'll start doing quarter turns. So quarter turn there, and a quarter turn there. Back in our halfway point here. So we got a starting measurement of 60 millimeters. Pick it up. You have a measurement there of 40 millimeters, so that's 20 mil. Okay, so we've adjusted it, we've cleaned the chain, we've lubed the chain, we've aligned it properly now, and we've got about a free play of about 20 millimeters. For this particular bike, for this particular rider, that's about what he says that he would like to have on the chain. So that's where we're going to leave it. And just to confirm that with after we've put tension on it, we'll just put our chain aligner on it again, and shoot it up the end there. And that's still in line, albeit probably a millimeter or two. Which for a chain is remarkably good. Our final step is to drop this nut. So with a what socket have we got here? 22 millimeter socket. Get a bit more leverage on it, like that. So anyway. That's how we go about cleaning, lubing and adjusting the chain. For any more information, go to gs twin.com.